In a previous video, we have discussed how creating a calorie deficit is key for fat loss. The easiest way to create a calorie deficit is by eating fewer calories and exercising more. Let's focus on the training side of things today. There are many ways you can go about exercising for fat loss, but the important question is what type of training will help you burn more fat and maintain more muscle at the same time. In this video, we will look into fat loss training. Specifically, I will explain why focusing on lifting weights rather than doing a ton of cardio is something many people can benefit from. The natural tendency of many people when they want to lose fat is that they start doing more cardio and less lifting weights. From a calorie burning point of view, this initially makes sense. In one study, a full body workout that involved 30 sets of lifting weights burned a bit over 200 calories in young adults. If we compare this to the calories burned with a cardio session, a 175-pound male that runs 3 miles in 30 minutes will already have burned roughly 300 calories. The exact number of calories burned with exercise will be different per individual, depending on factors like training volume, intensity, and your body size. But generally speaking, cardio does burn more calories than lifting weights. Even if you account for the afterburn effect that you get after lifting weights, cardio still burns more calories. The afterburn effect basically refers to the calories your body burns to bring your body back to its normal resting state after you lift weights. When you lift weights, there is a greater afterburn than with cardio, but this afterburn is only 7 to 14% of the calories expended during exercise. So if you burn 200 calories with lifting weights, you burn an extra 15 to 30 calories after training. This is not enough to make a difference for fat loss. Now, if cardio clearly burns more calories than resistance training, why do I still suggest you focus on lifting weights? Assuming your main goal is to get a lean and more defined body, losing fat is not the only concern in a fat loss phase. You also want to at least maintain the muscle that you have. If you are restricting calories and not lifting weights, your body will more quickly use muscle for fuel. This can lead to a so-called skinny fat look at the end of your diet, in which you still have stubborn body fat and little muscle mass. Consider that the human body is highly adaptive. It will not hold on to extra weight like muscle if it's not used. So in order for us to maintain muscle and potentially progress further, we need to lift weights during a fat loss phase. This explains why studies show that lifting weights improves muscle retention while dieting for fat loss. Also, when your main goal is gaining strength, you can obviously benefit from continuing your training efforts and practicing the main movements you have. You want to continue squatting, deadlifting, or doing any other lifts you want to improve. So basically, even though lifting weights generally burns fewer calories than doing cardio, it is still worth doing for the muscle maintenance benefits. Anything between 3 and 5 strength training sessions per week is a good aim. There are many ways you can go about training at least 3 days per week. For an example routine, I suggest you check out the example full body routine I posted on this channel a while ago. Now you may be asking yourself, will I still be able to lose fat effectively if I focus more on lifting weights instead of cardio? Absolutely, but your nutrition requires more attention. You want to create a calorie deficit via your nutrition first. This means that you need to restrict your calorie intake. When you restrict your calories via nutrition properly, doing cardio will not be needed to see fat loss progress. You can focus on lifting weights so you can maintain muscle during the fat loss process. But this does not mean that you cannot do any cardio at all. I still suggest to many of my clients to have 1 or 2 cardio sessions per week to train their cardiovascular system. This has general health benefits like improved heart health and enhanced endurance. Also, doing extra cardio is something that you can use as a tool to increase fat loss as you go deeper into your fat loss phase. It is well known that fat loss tends to slow down the more fat you lose. Say for example you go from 220 pounds to 180 pounds. Moving around a 180-pound body requires less energy, so the number of calories you burn per day decrease. As a result, your calorie deficit decreases and fat loss slows down or even plateaus. In this case, doing extra cardio can help, because cardio increases your energy expenditure, which can help with increasing your calorie deficit. You can keep your cardio very simple. This can be 3 sessions of 25 to 35 minutes of moderate intensity cycling, the elliptical or rowing machine that you do on top of your regular strength training. I have purposely shown low impact forms of cardio since these have lower recovery demands. It is easy to add something like cycling 3 days per week without it taking a toll on your joints or interfering with recovery. So if done right, cardio can definitely still be a part of your fat loss phase, but it should be something you do on top of your regular strength training and only when needed in order to create a larger calorie deficit. I hope it is now more clear why lifting weights matters for fat loss. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Leave me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. This is the last video of 2019, so I want to wish you an awesome 2020 in advance, and we have a lot of cool stuff in store, so I hope that you stick around and I hope to see you in the next video.